Hello everybody, Jesse Garcia with Realtor of America.
And Lisa Marie Franco Garcia.
Awesome. I just want to thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this video, and also want to thank the person that sent you this video. So what our goal here is with this video is we're going to cover what it takes to get your real estate license in Wisconsin. We're going to cover all the expected expenses, the process, step by step. I know years ago, my wife has been licensed for now, how long?
9.5 years.
And me coming up on 7 years myself. We've been business owners for the last 20 years, but when I first decided to get into real estate, and I remember my wife decided to get in real estate, it was very hard and difficult to source all the right information to try to piece it all together. So we want to help save you some time and help you save some money. And we also want to set an expectation for you so you know you have at least have all the information up front. Real estate is a business, and like any business, there's an investment of time and there's an investment of money, right? But we would rather have you have all the information up front so that way you can make a good business decision if this makes sense for you to commit to now or in the future. All right. So first things, guys, we're going to talk about what it takes to get licensed in the state of Wisconsin. All right. So there's a lot of different real estate schools you can attend, courses. Years ago, before COVID, there was actually more in-person courses. But now since COVID, it seems like a lot of it has moved online. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah.
So one of the best courses out here right now is offered through the Wisconsin Realtors Association, right? That's where I got licensed from. I know that's not where you got licensed from,
No.
but it is actually one of the best. And one of the reasons why is they actually write the questions on the state exam, and they're known for having the highest pass rate in the industry. So that's the course that we recommend, and that's what we're going to be sharing today. If you go on their website, Wisconsin Realtor Association, you can go find the real estate salesperson course, and they usually sell it for about $345. So with tax, you might be closer to $360, $370, somewhere in that range, right? But that's what it costs to order the course. Online on demand, but it's super convenient, especially if you work full time, if you have kids or other commitments outside of real estate. It's very flexible for busy people because you can literally start it, stop it, and it logs all your progress, and you can literally pick back up where you last left off. So that was one of the things that I loved about taking that because, you know, we live a very busy lifestyle and it was very, very convenient for us. All right, so next thing is it's a 72-hour course. It consists of about 14, 15 chapters. Every chapter takes a different subject in real estate, like offer to purchase, listing contract, agency, relationships, terminology, you name it. You're going to learn about different sides of real estate. But one thing I can tell you, it's not going to teach you how to sell real estate. It's not going to teach you about being a realtor. All that stuff comes in advanced training later after you're already licensed. This is just going to teach you all the regulation stuff so you don't get yourself in trouble or get a client in trouble. Things that you need to know and properly disclose as a licensed real estate agent, all right? So once you pass the 72-hour course, you do have to pass with a 75% or above. They're going to give you a certificate. Once you have the certificate, you now can order your state exam and national exam. So they'll give you a number. You'll call the testing center. It's either going to be Pearson VUE or Proctor, one of those nationwide testing centers. Let them know, hey, I want to order my real estate salesperson course for Wisconsin. They'll give you about 4 hours to take the exam. You don't need the whole 4 hours. If you do need it, take it all, right? I've met people that have done it in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, but it consists of about 150 questions, multiple choice. They'll have a dry erase board for you to use, a calculator for you to use there. They'll have contracts for you to kind of review and sample or reference if you ever have any questions and you need to revert back to something, right? So a lot of stuff is there. You can't take nothing in there with you. You have to put all your personal belongings in the locker there. So if you pass with a 75% or above, they'll just give you a sheet that says you pass. And then now you can apply to the state for your license. If you fail, they'll tell you what your score was and then what areas in the course that you need to improve on. And then you can literally order the exam the next day if there's an available opening and retake it or prep. So that way you're more prepared the next time around that you retake it. All right. So to order that exam is about $70, give or take. Now, once you've passed the exam, you can actually apply to the state. The organization that supervises our real estate license, the same organization that supervises
All the attorneys, doctors, nurses.
Yep. Absolutely. They just regulate and supervise all the professional licenses, just like a real estate agent, right? So they're called DSPS, Department of Safety and Professional Services. And on average, when you initially apply, it's going to cost you about $70 for your initial credential license number and about $10 to associate your license once they issue it to you to a real estate brokerage that's going to supervise your license. All right. So that's what it takes to get licensed. Next, we're going to cover what it takes to become a realtor. Right. So there's 3 different organizations that you're going to have to be a member of in order to be considered a realtor and to have access to the MLS, right, which is the multiple listing service, where all the inventory. It would be hard to do real estate without that. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, you can't.
Especially on the retail real
called-
estate side.
Yep, you can't be called a realtor.
Yep. So there's 3 organizations. One is NAR, National Association of Realtors. The second one is WRA, Wisconsin Realtor Association, where you're ordering your courses from. And the last one is your local association. So in Wisconsin, there's about 12 or 13 different MLSs throughout the state. And then there's local associations in different regions across the state of Wisconsin. We live in Milwaukee, so ours is called GMAR, Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors. So you have to be a member of all 3. This is going to be one of your biggest upfront expenses with getting yourself set up as a licensed real estate agent and as a realtor. On average, because they have a lot of new member application fees. So it can range anywhere from about $1,000 to $1,400 initially. And that price ranges depending on what time of the year that you join, because it's going to be prorated depending on what quarter of the year that you joined. All right. So that's a little bit about that. So these are some of the upfront expenses. We're kind of getting set up. Now, like in any business, if you were to start a business today, you're going to have upfront expenses and then you're going to have ongoing expenses to continue to operate your business. Mm-hmm. Now, every 2 years, once you're licensed, the state of Wisconsin, DSPS, they're going to require you to do continuing education of 18 hours currently right now, every 2 years. And what is it?
That's every even year?
Yep, every even year. And on average, depending on what school you order your CE courses from, it'll be about $120 to $200, depending on what type of electives you order. Some agents like some of the advanced training, so they might order extra stuff. Yep. And then your annual dues. So this is initially, and then every single year, they start to send out those annual dues slips, September? October?
Yep, around September.
So if you wanted to, you can, we're in 2025 now, so if we wanted to pay our dues early, we can start paying them in September or October and save ourselves some money for 2026 Realtor dues. And that'll save us a few $100 because it can be your renewals will be anywhere from $950 to about $1,100, depending on. But your dues are good until the end of the year. All right. Also, biannual dues. This is for the DSPS. Every 2 years, they require you to renew your real estate license, right? And they want to see that you've completed the CE courses. So when you complete this, they also require that you pay a renewal as well. And depending on, if you pay it right away, it's usually $60. Sometimes if you pay it after the deadline, they charge a late fee. So that could be another $25. So that's why we wrote $60 to $85. So we want to make sure that you have all the information up front. So now you're licensed. Now you paid your realtor dues. I recommend that you go out and you vet out a good real estate company, and hopefully you give us an opportunity to earn your business. You see how we can add value to you as you launch your career. We have an amazing brokerage that we're a part of, Realtor of America, and it's growing really, really fast. It's a very agent-centric brokerage. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, I wish that I started with a brokerage like this as a new agent, not only for the training, for the support, for the leadership, for the very aggressive compensation plan that is very fair and in the favor of agents, right? Agent-centric. So a lot of really cool components to the brokerage, compensation-wise, support-wise, training, you name it. We have a lot of stuff, a lot of benefits. So when you join a brokerage, every brokerage is going to have a fee for a realtor to hang their license there, right? Some of the mom and pop brokerages, they might not have a fee because they might be real small. But they don't offer much as well. You kind of get what you pay for, right? Don't knock at any of them. There's amazing brokerages out there in the industry. But some of them, they're operating very, very lean, and they just kind of let agents kind of do their thing. So you do kind of get what you pay for at a lot of companies that are out here. But I've seen the going costs anywhere from $50 to about $300 to join a company. Our company charges a one-time join fee of $199, and they give you access to a lot of value out the gate as an agent to get plugged in, access tools, websites, CRMs, transaction management software, marketing tools, training. I mean, you name it, a bunch of stuff to just start to set up the legs of your business. Next is every brokerage has a different expense because, a brokerage has expenses as well for, to run the business and offer all the services and values and stuff like that back to their agents, right? They have staff, some of them have overhead, some of them have bigger overhead than others, right? Our brokerage is cloud-based, so we're a very lean operation, right? So we don't really nickel and dime our agents like what I've seen a lot of other brokerages do out here. Unfortunately, this is why you have to make sure you pick a good company when you work with as a real estate agent. But I've seen anywhere from $50 monthly fee all the way to $300. Some brokerages, like I mentioned, kind of bare bones. You're kind of like go get 'em tiger, and you're kind of on your own, buying your own website, your own CRMs, your own subscription. So that starts to add up at the time.
Costly, yeah.
It can add up. I know our last real estate company, we're charging agents $150 a month for all the benefits that they gave agents to hang their license there. What I love about Realty of America is there's no monthly fee. So think about this as a brand new agent when you haven't sold any real estate. That can help you, right? Because you don't have the extra burden of fees before you start getting into production. So that kind of helps. What we've chose to do is we've charged our agents an annual fee, right? And it's $750 for all the systems you're going to get access to. But this is where it's convenient. You don't pay it up front. If you close no deals, you don't owe it to the company. But if you close a deal, they're going to deduct $250 out of your very first 3 transactions. And that's how it will pay your annual $750 tech fee, right? And it's more convenient for you as an agent because you're really paying for the support and the systems and the tools as you're in production versus you paying for it out of your pocket monthly, whether you're selling real estate or not, right? And if you don't sell anything, you don't owe no money to the brokerage.
And usually as a first-time realtor, you're not closing a deal on the first month.
Yeah. So you're still kind of learning the business, kind of getting your legs set up in the business, getting some structure, starting to market yourself, put yourself out there because now you legally can do all that stuff, right? So I think that's very, very fair for the company to offer that like that. Now, every MLS that you're a part of is going to have a different subscription fee. And you're going to pay a monthly fee to this, whatever MLS you're a part of. So when we're a member of this organization, Greater Milwaukee Area Association of Realtors, our local MLS is called Metro MLS in our area. So the MLS that they give us access to is Flex MLS. But in other parts of Wisconsin, they have different MLSs and things like that. So in ours, we pay about $39 a month in order to access that whole inventory of available properties, to search for our buyers and to list properties for sale on the market for our sellers, to give them all that massive exposure. Would you agree it would be hard to do real estate?
Yeah, if we didn't have access to that, I mean.
So retail real estate would be very difficult if you don't have access to MLS, right? Gives you access to a lot of data. But every MLS is going to be different. In our market, it's about $39 a month. So in whatever, wherever you're at in Wisconsin, it might be a little bit different. But on average, it's somewhere around that price point. E&O insurance, errors and omissions. So when you hold an active real estate license and you're operating as a realtor, you're going to be required to get some type of E&O coverage or insurance policy in place. And this is kind of like a form of liability insurance. Yeah. It protects you as a professional if you ever verbally or contractually make a mistake, because mistakes can happen, guys, right? But at least you have some kind of coverage in that area. And every E&O policy is going to be different, but you definitely want to make sure you have some good coverage. A lot of brokerages charge anywhere from $40, $60, $80 per transaction. Some of them charge a monthly fee for E&O insurance. Some of them charge annual fee, anywhere from $500, $750, $1,000, $1,200 a year up front, whether you sell real estate or not. I know there's a lot of local brokerages that do that. We actually only charge you because the risk is in the transaction. $50 per transaction is our risk management fee. I feel like it's very fair. You're not having to tie up no cash up front, and you're paying for the protection as you're closing a transaction because the risk is in the transaction phase, right? Next is lock boxes. Now the market, there used to be physical lock boxes were really, really common in Wisconsin. Would you agree?
Yep. Now we have the Bluetooth ones, and those are included with your access to.
Yeah. So some MLSs will give you access to it as part of your dues. Others you have to pay for this as an additional subscription. I know there's one like Supra. They have a key card, and it's like $175 to get access to that, right? So that might be a cost if your MLS requires that. Some MLSs kind of build that into your membership, and it's already kind of included, like Century Lock in some parts of the state as well. They might just automatically kind of include that, but other parts of the state, it is an additional fee. Now, other than some of these initial setup fees, there is some ongoing expenses that you might incur, like marketing. You might, as a brand new agent, want some business cards, or you might want to go get some professional headshots, or for sale signs, or open house signs, things like that, to start to be prepared to have a buyer or a seller to start to market yourself, things like that. But like in any business, guys, there's going to be upfront expenses, then there's going to be ongoing expenses. And you got to remember this. By the time you start closing deals and getting paid, remember, not all your money is your money. Not when you get paid a commission check, it's important that you reinvest some of that business back into growth, so that way you can grow that business. Yep, not all profits are profits. So you have to remember, be very intentional with your business. Reinvest some of the money that you're making back into marketing, back into growth, so that way you can kind of grow your production and budget for taking your business to the next level. So I hope we did a good job of covering some of these basic expenses. I will tell you that real estate is work. I won't sit here and lie to you. The markets, like anything, there's markets where it's it's at its peak and a lot of momentum. There's different cycles, like a seller's market, a buyer's market, a neutral market, right? So at different times of the year, of the seasonality of real estate, it's more prime than other. But one thing I can tell you is, man, real estate can also change your life. If you put in the work and you put in the time and you actually develop some real skills, it can be life-changing. What has real estate done for you? Because what were you doing prior to being a real estate agent?
Yeah, so before that, I was an administrative assistant for a nonprofit. Whatever I made, the hours that I put in was the money that I made out, and I was never going to level up or move up the ladder. That was my income. And
so the beauty about real estate is, it's commission based. You're technically a subcontractor, so you work for yourself, right? You're responsible for paying for your own taxes, so you're gonna want to make sure you budget for that and also save your receipts. And all these expenses I covered are tax deductible expenses with you operating and running your real estate business, right? So you're able to expense all these expenses and get your income. But like the cool thing about real estate is it's also been able to not only change your life, our family's life, and we've been able to been very fortunate to make multiple six figures for many years thanks to real estate. And in the traditional jobs that we worked prior to that might have been a little bit difficult in our prior career paths. Would you agree?
I would agree, yes.
Yep. So guys, if you're looking for a great opportunity in real estate and you're willing to put in the work, the truth is real estate's not for everybody. But I will tell you this, the agents that I've seen had the most success in real estate, it's agents that have these three characteristics. One, they're willing to work. Doesn't matter how great the opportunity at Realty America is or any other brokerage out here. If you're not willing to put in the work, this will not work for you. This will feel like a hobby, and hobbies don't make people money, they cost people money if you approach it that way. But if you treat it like a business, you show up like it's your job, and you work it like a business and grow it like a business, it will start to pay you like a business, and it will start to give you options in your life, right? Two is we look for people, and the people that I've seen have the most success is people that have hunger, people that have ambition. They have a strong reason why they got out of bed and they got to go out there and make things happen for their families, for their loved ones, for those that are kind of counting on them to get things done in life. So those are the agents that I've seen have success in real estate, right? I've seen a lot of licensed agents, but the ones that I've seen have success, strong work ethic, willing to work, hungry, ambitious, and the last thing, guys, coachable. There's a lot to learn in real estate. My wife and I have been very fortunate to have helped now over 500 plus, buyers, sellers, clients, investors, you name it, either buy or sell real estate, right? Because we worked with a mix of different kind of clients. And over the course of our years of selling houses, we've been fortunate to help a lot of families, right? A lot of clients. And I say all that to say this, your best teacher in real estate and in business is going to be your last transaction. So you got to remember, you're constantly learning. You don't stop learning right after you graduate your real estate courses. And the learning just starts, because in the real world, it's going to be a whole different education. Would you agree?
It's a real,
So if you're serious about ordering your real estate courses, this is the information that we'll need. Hopefully we did a good job of explaining to you the entire process, so you can be the judge if this makes sense for you to do or not, or if it doesn't, that's okay too. We respect that, because we understand not everything's for everybody. But if it does make sense for you and you are interested in moving forward, this is the information that we'll need to help you order your courses. We'll need full legal name, we'll need mailing address, we'll need phone number, and we'll need your email. And then we'll be able to log into our school portal, because what I forgot to mention is I did tell you that the courses normally are about $360 to $70 with tax. Our brokerage is registered with the WRA. We have a school account, and they give us access to be able to give our real estate students a discount, because we don't sell the courses, right? We pass on, like other brokerages, they sell the courses and they make money selling the education and the courses to their real estate students that are considering getting licensed. That's not our approach, right? We want to work with you. We want you to be a partner with us, right? We're not here to nickel and dime our agents. So we pass on the full savings. Our wholesale cost is $145. So with tax, it comes out to about $156, $157. We pass on the full savings to you. So that will save you about $200. So be sure to thank the person that invited you this. If you're serious, circle back with us and we'll help you place that order. Save some money, and not only save some money, hopefully help you make some money, guys.
Right.
So once again, Jesse Garcia, Realty of America.
Lisa Marie Franco Garcia.
Yep, and we look forward to working with you and helping you build a great business and launching your career in real estate. Take care, guys.